No one was stuck bowling bare bones back. I always say goodnight and then I think of things to say. I was sitting here having a little snack before I go to bed. Settle my stomach more than anything. It occurred to me how stupid all this Aaron Campbell stuff is. Absolutely idiotic. Before it ever took place. The disaster of the police shooting an unarmed man. I don't care if he was unarmed or not. That's got nothing to do with it. It doesn't. To bring unarmed into it, you just blew it. Who cares if he's unarmed? Got nothing to do with it. Shot him in the back. In some ways, who cares? Now that adds to it. I won't argue. As far as it makes me mad the way that officer is not trained to face that. That's the first thing. It makes me mad that the officer lives it every day in a community that sets that officer up. My God! You don't say anything about that. Bah! I walk into it every day. Do you think every time that police officer walks up to a car to write a traffic ticket, he's scared or she's scared? I would be. Why? Because everything you've heard. Very hard to be objective. Even, I was born in the 40s. Baloney my mother put in my head to keep me safe. Not so. I found it not to be true. It was to keep me from walking up to a strange car. You never told me how nice the people could be. Which I'm glad, why even predict any way they could be? Do you think it's smart to predict somebody before you walk up to them? I learned in martial arts you're not allowed to defend before you're attacked. You give yourself away. You're tricky, get you to flinch and beat your butt. Once you flinch, then you can't defend yourself. Can you? So you can't defend before you're attacked. And people trick attack to get you to defend so you can expose yourself and they can kill you. I sure see a lot of that going on. The advertising industry plays your mind at it all the time. And when they kill you, basically you go out and buy what they're trying to get you to buy. They set you up in your mind, your image. Oh, do they ever? All the time. If not by the ad, by the program associated with it. The two of them work together as a pair. Subliminally on your mind to get you go mind. That's all it's for. Like a little switch up here. Some people it works. I don't think it works to the degree they claim. I don't think they got the product on the shelf after they do it. In most cases, they're filling the supply, whatever the hell they're trying to promote. Well, they're idiots. It's all written off before. It costs them so much to babble about it. By the time you get it all done, lost all the so-called profit in the hot air. Well, that ain't working. Is it? Ain't working. The whole nightmare sets this thing up. You're all inhibited. And well, I'll tell you this much. The way you live here every day makes the Aaron Campbell situation inevitable, and it's going to happen again and again and again. And the way you remark to it, idiotic. Maybe the police officer should go back to work. Well, you're not with the same training. You justify that action. And it's the only way you can put him back to work is to justify the action. You didn't do anything. I'd put him back to work and condemn all of it. And put him back to work. What? I'd condemn it. I put him back to work condemning the action, not justifying. And especially the action of the community surrounding the situation before the police ever got involved. I'd condemn the hell out of that. Big time. Where was the alliance then? Why couldn't the alliance take care of that? Why you call the police in the first place? What if we called 911 and 911 said, Aaron, call the alliance. If you don't get anywhere, call us back. When they called 911, the 911 operator said, here's the number, call the alliance. If you have a problem, call us back and we'll call the police for you. What if they'd done that? And the alliance had the reputation for taking care of things, bam, like that. People of color. Ha! Color! That's it! Coat of many of them. More African than African ever hoped to have African. More African than African. A lot more than African. Stop it.